not get anything going.
The thing I would like to note is Mount Union is 1 for 1 on fourth down efficiency. They've only been forced to be fourth down one time, and they completed it.
And they had that. No, they had that one.
The one stop for the PAT.
Field goal. The field goal.
The field goal attempt.
The field goal miss, and then the other one they had that 4th and 1 and big run down the middle.
At the time of possession right here is a big difference, 14 minutes to 8.
Mount Union has almost possessed the ball for a whole quarter. As
and
there's
we see the fair catch again and miss the catch for a touchback.
So it'll be a touchback. And it will be 1st and 10. Ball will be placed on the 25-yard line.
We see Gino and Barrett ready to start in that backfield again for the Quakers offense.
As the Quakers look to get something started this time, something they have been unable to do so far this game. So far their drives have been interception, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
What I would like to see is I would like to see the Quakers try to pass the ball more because that's what they did their first drive when they had that success.
And remember that first drive started with the wide receiver run in motion. And he rolls out to his right, throws the ball towards the sideline.
Catch.
It will be completed for a 6-yard gain.
Itika win with that completion right there.
Brings up 2nd and 4. This is something the Quakers need to get going. They need to get some points on that board. They cannot win this game if they do not score points. And right now they have to score more than 33 points and hope their defense shuts everything down.
So as long as the offense can at least start getting things going and give that defense more room, I got faith that they can start to make this, start crawling their way back in this.
And remember, the Quakers will get the ball at half. And just because
looks for that quick pass right there. Itika. Nope, he is ruled out of bounds.
He juggled that ball as he went out of bounds. It was a good catch, only out of bounds.
That one was targeted to Itika win again.
And he really went up. He had to go up. He went up. He got the ball, but just landed out of bounds. Brings up 3rd down and 4 as the Quakers look to not go 3 and out this time.
See win on motion here. Rolling out.
Drops back to pass. And he will take it himself. And he is right there. We'll see where this mark's at.
That should be ruled a first down.
And it will be a first down as the Quakers are able to break their streak of going 3 and out. First down, Quakers. Ball is placed right on the 35-yard line as they look to get something going on offense here.
This is just what I want to see out of them. As they start to pass more, it's going to create more gaps on that line. So Barrett can take that run if he has to, like that.
Barrett needs to put this game on his shoulders now. We don't have time to run it that much. And Gino takes the ball up the middle, and it is stuffed once again.
Should be ruled a gain of 0.
That has been 5 attempts for Gino, and he has 1 yard total after he had that 5-yard loss earlier. Kyle Barrett is actually the leading rusher right now.
With 10 yards.
With 10 yards. But for Mount Union, they're Petroselli, 13 attempts, 94 yards on the ground.
Averaging about 7 yards per carry.
He is really going off this game.
As we will see Barrett coming off the field right here.
Barrett limps off the field.
Oh, correction, not Barrett. That is my bad. That was number
7. Deshaun Maddox.
See Maddox come off the field right there.
Barrett drops back.
First
down completion to number 1, Ace Taylor.
See, these are the two that I was expecting him to target all game. Wynn and Taylor.
And that puts the Quakers almost to the other side of the field. We have not seen them take a snap from Mount Union side of the field yet this game. That puts them down on the 47-yard line as they look to continue this drive that has been pretty good so far.
We see Itika down on the bottom half. Ace Taylor on motion.
And ball snap, short pass out to Ace Taylor. Ace Taylor is hit instantly. It will be marked down right at the line of scrimmage as he had forward progress to the line of scrimmage.
Good read right there by the Raiders defense on that one.
Now, the game that they won against Ohio Northern, we saw a lot of switching up to the running back. Gino Hinton has been this whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Back that game, they had Tenchu come in a lot. The freshman running back, haven't seen him yet this game.
Yeah, we have not.
We have not seen any running back changes as they are keeping Gino in, who is more of a running guy, and Tenchu is more of the elusive receiving running back, as I've seen. As he drops back to pass. Pass down the middle of the field, just a little high for Ace Taylor. And it will be incomplete, bring up 3rd and 10.
Ace Taylor is actually their tallest receiver on the field for Wilmington side, sitting at 6'1".
As this brings up 3rd and 10.
I'm expecting to look for Barrett should be looking for Taylor or Wynn deep in the field right here.
As they
Barrett
go
drops
out.
back. He's got plenty of time right there.
Deep pass downfield, open receiver, and it's caught. Ball will be placed around the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 Quakers.
Great catch right there by Tika Wynn, and great pass by Barrett. Put that perfectly where no defender could have even swatted that.
There is 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the first half. Quakers are on the march right now. They have a chance to put up some points here. If they run enough clock, get the ball back at half, maybe go another score. They're done 2-score game.
Yeah. This is exactly what I wanted to see out of them. Start passing the ball.
And alone in the
Barrett
backfield, Barrett. Short pass.
Oh.
Almost tried for the one-handed catch there. That was Ace Taylor once again. Went past him, was almost an interception. However, the ball was dropped, hit the turf gracefully, and we'll bring up 2nd and 10. 3 minutes left to go in the half. 33-0 Mount Union leads.
One thing I'm really liking seeing so far this year is the combination of Barrett hitting Ace Taylor and Itika Wynn, because Itika Wynn and Ace Taylor are both sophomores, and Kyle Barrett is only a junior. They're going to have one more year to build that chemistry and come out even stronger next year, too.
All right,
Barrett
looks
on
like
motion.
Wynn in motion, and the ball will be going to Wynn, and he will be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. We'll bring up 3rd and 10. However, the Quakers are in field goal range. They can break this scoring drought right here, which would be better than nothing.
I still expect them to try to go for that deep pass right here. Just send it, see what they can do.
Be a little conservative, though. You do not want to throw an interception here. That will kill all momentum you have built on this drive, and they'll have to go back to the drawing board here at half.
What I'd be looking for is to have some of your receivers run just tight on the sideline and just try to pass it there. Worst things worse, you throw it out of bounds. Just keep it out of the defender's hands.
All right, and whistle dead.
False start.
It's going to be a false start. Going to push the Quakers back just a little bit. 5 yards back. It'll be 3rd and 15. Now ball is on the 31-yard line of the Raiders. We will see how they react to this, as now it is a 3rd and 15. Does this change the game plan up here just a little bit? You got to go a little bit farther. Do you try to play conservative, just set it up for a field goal, or do you try to get that first down here and go for the end zone?
I would try for the first down here.
As Barrett drops back to pass. Deep pass. He had the open receiver.
Intercepted.
However, the ball goes into the defender's hands and out. It will bring up 4th and 15. Ball on the 31.
Malik Britt with almost that pick right there.
This will be a 46-yard field goal attempt if they elect to do that. However, it looks like the offense will stay on the field. Instead of attempting the 46-yard field goal, the Quakers will elect to keep the offense on the field for a 4th and 15 with 2 minutes left to go in the half.
I'm expecting another deep pass here. I'm expecting Mount Union to really put pressure again.
They will drop back and big throw downfield, wide open, touchdown Quakers.
Itika Wynn Jr.
with the touchdown as the Quakers are finally on the board in this game. Broke the streak of going 3 and out and have put up points on the board. This is something that the Quakers have needed. This is huge. First points allowed by Mount Union in the last 2 games now, as they have gone a straight 5 quarters and almost made it 6 of no points allowed as the Quakers score their first touchdown.
As we see Tyler Butcher come here for the PAT.
High snap, PAT,
and it is blocked. Picked up.
And
he
will go all the way.
Field.
No one will catch him. That will be 2 more points for Mount Union.
Jalen Griffin, Mount Union.
Well, that makes up for both their missed PATs now as they score 2 points on that. Brings the score 35-6 with a little less than 2 minutes to go in the half. Saw that high snap right away. He had the high snap, brought it down, wasn't able to get it set. Brings it back to their even 35 that they needed earlier. They had the 2 missed PATs. That makes up for both of them. That's a huge highlight play. Quakers had the point, got it blocked. Tough play. However, the Quakers put up a very good drive there. Were able to convert on a 4th and 15 and they got points on the board.
Kyle Barrett found these 2 great passes to win right there.
That was a huge drive right there. They need to keep that momentum going. They received the ball at half. We'll see how Mount Union goes with. They have 2 minutes left to go in the half. Will they run that clock out, or will they try to up the score even more?
I expect them to just come full foot to the throat, just trying to push down this.
I could see them going a little more conservative on this, actually, as they have this huge lead. They do not want to give – it depends on the starting field position, actually.
It
really depends on that. If they get pinned within, 25-yard lines, if this can go out of the back of the end zone here, which the Quakers definitely hope they can, then I would see them – trying to go conservative, don't want to risk interception. Quick interception would put Quakers in easy scoring position again and put this into a 3-score game instead. As this ball will be caught around the 15-yard line, and it will be returned about the 30-yard line.
35.
As he broke through that tackle, ball will be placed on the 33-yard line. Quakers definitely need to work on finishing those tackles this game, as they have been easy tackles, have been wrapped up, and then they break through the tackle.
Been a lot of broken tackles so far this game by the Raiders. Now I expect them to actually go foot to the throat on this based off how their previous games have gone this year. They're trying to make statements in every game this year. I don't see them changing.
Quakers are going to look to play aggressive here and try to get the ball straight back right away.
Quick
short pass outside. And he is pushed out of bounds. That will stop the clock.
Yep.
Minute 39 left to go. We'll bring down 2nd and 3. Ball will be placed around the 40-yard line. As Fulford looks to take another snap.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a run right here.
They still have all 3 of their timeouts. Play action pass.
Plenty of time in that.
All the time in the world. There. Deep pass downfield. Justin Hill had him beat. Brought down on the 10-yard line. As they are now within the 10-yard line. They went aggressive. You were right.
They're putting that. They're just not.
Pedal to the metal here. They are not letting up. They are not going to let these Quakers get back into this game at all.
Raiders have just wanted to put a statement on to everybody.
As they are watching this clock roll a little bit, they're going to roll down the clock as far as they can, as they have 3 timeouts to go. And there was a timeout called. Mount Union will call a timeout. Minute 17 left to go in the half. Score is 35-6. Mount Union leads.
On one note, I'd like to say, the Quaker defense is giving Fulford way too much time in that pocket.
They really are. That was a lot of time gave plenty of time for Justin Hill to get open downfield. Burnt all the defensive backs, and huge play there.
I'm giving big credit so far to this.
50-yard pass.
A lot of credit so far this game to the offensive line of the Raiders. They've done a great job of just shutting down every blitz and giving Fulford all the time he needs to make those passes.
Also have to give credit to Fulford and Hill, as Hill has been going off this game. He already has his 2 touchdown receptions, which sets him still on pace to set the record. He also has 163 receiving yards in the game. He had the 53-yarder for a touchdown. That was a 50-yarder right there. So he has those 2 catches alone were over 100 yards.
At this pace right now, we can easily see Fulford throwing for just under 500 yards.
He is at 235 yards right now and 4 touchdowns.
As we see him drop back again right here. Puts it up. Touchdown.
And that is Harvey with his 2nd reception touchdown reception of the game. Derek Harvey, 46 yards, 2 touchdowns. So now both Justin Hill and Harvey have 2 touchdowns. Fulford has 5 touchdown passes.
Now, what we have seen so far is the struggle for PAT kicking on the side of Mount Union.
On both sides now, actually, as the one PAT for the Quakers was returned by Mount Union.
We'll see how this one goes. Corey Barnett
And
is good on
that
this
one will be good. It'll be 42-6, minute left to go. They marched down. They scored in under a minute. Let's see if the Quakers will answer or will take it to halftime, as they know they get the ball back. They don't really have the time to do that, though. They need to score. They need to go quick and put some points on the board. They still have all 3 of their timeouts left.
I'd be expecting to see some just trying to go for big passes right here. Wouldn't surprise me at all. It worked. It worked that last
Get the ball
drive.
to Itika Wynn and Ace Taylor.
Ace Taylor. Ace Taylor's been good on those short little routes. Itika Wynn's been key on those deeper throws. Itika's able to make that good separation, find that little hole where he can just sort of chill out and wait for that pass to come in.
And they don't really need to worry about staying near the edge of the field, as they have 3 timeouts left. So if they can go deep down the middle of the field, call a timeout, go deep down the middle of the field, call another timeout, they still have time then to throw a couple shots into the end zone and then maybe kick a field goal or use their other timeout if they go to the middle one more time. We're probably going to see a touchback on this one once again, as we have seen every single kick in this game. Or it might be a squib kick, make them try to return this.
And here's the kick.
And it will be a booming kick once again. Ball will be a touchback.
Quakers have
and they will keep it as a touchback every single time. So we will see how the Quakers react, as they will have 75 yards to go, and they have a little over a minute to do so.
I'm curious as to why the Quakers have not yet attempted to even return one of the kickoffs.
Quakers really need to work on special team. That's something that is huge on them. That is a huge part of football, huge in the field position battle, and the Quakers have not done much with it.
Let's see Kyle Barrett back here. Ace Taylor in motion.
And
hands it off to Gino.
It looks like they are just going to take this to halftime.
Gain of 0.
Looks like the Quakers are just going to take the ball to halftime here and work on in the second half team and trying to mount a little bit of comeback here against Mount Union.
Taking their time getting this next play call. .30 seconds left on the clock. Barrett hands it off. Hinton almost breaks that tackle.
Brought down right away once again. And they don't have to run another play. Let's see if they do.
Looks like they're going to opt to run the clock out right now.
Will they run another play? 14, 13, 12, 11. Final 10 seconds in the first half. Clock is going down.
They are going to run that to half.
Clock in 3, 2, and we are at halftime now. We will come back to you here when the second half of action comes into play with some first half stats. And we'll see you guys in about 20 minutes. Stay tuned for more. And we are back to bring you a second half of Quakers football.
Now, this one has been obviously dominant fashion for Mount Union.
Very lopsided
But
game
as
here.
we saw at the end of the second quarter, Wilmington's starting to get their offense rolling again. Especially on the passing one, which is very key for them.
Quakers are going to receive the ball to start the second half. They are down by 36 points. 36 points, that's a 6-score game. Their defense needs to step up and allow that offense to get the chance to come back those 6 scores. If the defense allows a score, that ups the score count. Quakers have to have 6 unanswered scores to come back in this game. Do you think it's possible at all doable for them to come back in this half?
It's definitely going to be an extreme challenge because of the reputation Mount Union has, but it is feasible. It's very doable.
And now we have seen this entire game so far, Mount Union's defense has been stopping that offense until the very last drive. Let's see if Wilmington can mount that momentum and take that for a touchdown right here on this first drive. Bounce back on defense, get a huge defensive stop, maybe even a defensive touchdown or 2. That would definitely help out.
See, what I want to see is Wilmington's offense and defense need to help each other out with field position. The offense needs to be able to march down the field, and the defense needs to be able to do their job and try to just slow down the Raiders and get good field position.
You know what I definitely want to hear? That cannon go off 7 more times.
Yep. As we see here, Wilmington opts to not run the ball yet again on the kickoff.
Once again, taking the fair catch, taking the ball on the 25-yard line, and it will be 1st and 10, ball on the Quaker 25-yard line.
See how Wilmington opts to come out after this nice half. You'd expect they had a lot to go over during halftime.
What do you think the main point there was at halftime? I think I know what it was.
I personally think it has to do with getting that offense rolling.
I disagree with you. I think it was tackling.
Yeah.
It's definitely Coach Brian Moore was in there like, you guys need to finish your tackles.
Yeah,
the entire first half, they were unable to finish their tackles. You saw players run over the entire Quaker defense. Should have been that punt return. That should have been hit right away. And Gino Hinton will go nowhere. And it looks like a loss of 1 on the play. Be 2nd down.
Now we see right here, Hinton lining up to the left. Barrett's rolling out. Picked. And that will put Mount Union at the Quakers' 35-yard line.
Barrett got hit on that throw, kind of forced it out there a little bit, and it got picked off. Within the first minute of the second half, we have seen already an interception. First drive of the second half ends with
just like the first
second
drive.
interception of the game. So
how the first drive of the game started, ended with a pick. Second half of the game is going to start with a pick.
And then that ended in a touchdown.
Yeah.
Interception and points on the board. So far, there's been 2 turnovers this game, both against the Quakers. And we will see how they do on offense here, see if they can do some tackles.
Runs
and
over
there's a
one
tackle. He was able to wrap him up on that one, though, which was something they struggled with in the first half.
I'm thinking so far this half we're going to see the Raiders go with a lot quicker short passes this time, just doing it quick, try to run that clock faster, but and still get the
Justin Hill is not out there on the field right now. Nowhere to be found, and they will pass it short once again.
Pass. Driving his way up for about a gain of 5.
Keeping those legs churning, not going down, being forced out of bounds around the 19-yard line.
You got to think the Raiders head coach has got to drill into his players' minds of always keeping those legs driving, as we have not seen that a problem with any of their ball handlers.
And that's really how it's been. Second and 4.
This play will be whistled dead.
It'll be a false start.
Second false start on the Raiders today.
We're bringing it to 2nd and 9.
As we look at personal stats, Fulford is getting closer to that 300 yards for this game.
He is at 260 yards and 5 TDs. No interceptions. It's a pretty good game for him, and he looks to hand the ball off.
Breaks 2 tackles.
Plenty of room.
Takes a
down
sea
the
of green
middle of the
to take it
field. That was
Josh Petroselli right there.
Petroselli with going now over 100 yards on the game, most likely on that. Wait till the stat line updates. Yeah, and that brings you over 100 yards. He has 112 yards on the game. His long is 18, and he has 1 TD.
And 14 rushing attempts.
14 attempts. He is having a pretty good game out there. And it will be a play action. Pass outside, and he will be brought down short of the end zone.
Looks like they're going to rule him at the 2-yard line. Wouldn't be surprised here to see them just hand it off to Josh Petroselli and just pound it in.
We shall see.
Josh lining up in the backfield right behind Fulford.
And they will do just that, and he will walk in the end zone.
Now, this is the part I'm curious to see, is if the kickers were able to reset their legs after that interesting first half of how neither one of them was really that solid kicking-wise.
Especially on the PATs, as we saw 3 missed PATs.
And
Quakers missed theirs on the high snap. They missed theirs on a low snap, or a buff snap, and then the block.
We see right here. Gets ready for the kick. Snap looks good that time. And the PAT is good.
We can score a 49-6. It is now a 6-touchdown game. Quakers can score 6 touchdowns, and they can still tie the game up. 7 to win. They need a 2-point conversion somewhere in those 6 touchdowns, though.
See right here. Quakers will probably opt to fair catch this one again and start off at the 25-yard line, as that has been their main motive on special teams so far in this game.
Preparing for the kickoff, number 48, Drew Sandra.
Did not call for fair catch this time.
And he will actually return this ball.
He's at the 25. Ooh.
He's brought down short of 25 on the 23-yard line. Should have fair caught it.
Still not a bad idea. That was a short kick. Just try to see what they could get done right there. See Kyle Barrett come back out on this field, see how he can do this drive. See Ace Taylor and Itika Wynn out there. Gino lining up to the right. Hands it off to Gino.
Hands it off down the middle of the field.
Looks like about a gain of 1 yard right there.
Raiders quickly bring him down. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them target Itika Wynn right here on a nice little short pass.
I think they're going to try to go a little farther down the field. They know they need to come up and they can come back fast. They have 11 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Drops back to pass. Wide open.
Ace Taylor.
Ace Taylor wide open. He will drop down around the 40-yard line.
Going to rule him at the 39-yard line. First down, Quakers.
And the Quakers go straight back to the line of scrimmage here, and they look to snap the ball once again.
See, as Wilmington started to pass the ball more, as of these last few drives, they've had more success.
They really have. They've been finding gaps in that defense between Itika and Ace Taylor. And it'll be
it off to Gino right here.
Handoff down the middle, and he broke one tackle. However, he was not able to get back. He
They are
barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1 yard on the play.
They're going to give them the 1, and that puts the Quakers at their own 40.
Once again, a 2nd and 9.
I also think it helps that Barrett has been taking his time more in the pocket as of recently in these few drives. He's not trying to rush his passes. He's really making sure.
Hinton, though, is someone who's averaged just over 5 yards to carry this game, and he has 4 yards today on 11 carries, averaging less than a yard per carry.
Ace Taylor finds that one, breaks one tackle.
And it's brought down. It's going to be a first down Quakers as they are starting to set up a drive on this possession.
Kyle Barrett's really starting to find that success back there in the pocket. It's looking really good. We see Kyle Barrett get ready right here. Motion.
Hands
it off to
down
Gino.
the middle. Goes to the
Gino's
left
getting
side.
some room there.
And
looks like a gain of
2 yards.
Gain.
Gino is not having a very good game on the ground right now, as Kyle Barrett has more. That was actually Tenshu on the carry.
No, Tenshu's coming
Or
in.
Tenshu's in the game now. This is more of the elusive back I talked about earlier. He played a lot in the homecoming win. And Barrett is brought down, and he went a yard short of the line of scrimmage, loss of 1 yard on the sack.
And it is now back to 3rd and 10.
And Tenshu will stay out there on the field.
Tenshu was definitely the target receiver there, as you could see Kyle looking for him the entire play right there.
Tenshu is a very elusive, very quick running back. He's a good change of pace to the play style we see with Gino Hinton, being that ground and pound, run up the middle and gain about 5 yards, which he has not been able to do so far this game.
Right here.
And drops back pass, pressure on, throw up the middle, barely past the receiver, off the helmet of a defender. And it brings up 4th down and 10 as the Quakers will elect to punt.
Carlisle looking to put it deep into Mount Union's zone.
And the ball is up.
Good punt, putting it about the 10-yard line.
No,
that was shanked.
That will be placed. Let's see where the refs place this at.
About the.
It's going to look around the 30-ish.
22.
Place it on the 22. That's actually a pretty good spot for that ball.
Good field position for the Quaker defense.
This is the worst starting field position for this Mount Union offense we have seen in this entire game, as they start the ball on their own 22-yard line.
One thing to note from earlier is when they did have deep field position, they just hit a nice, easy 50-yard pass. So
they did.
I'm looking for Justin Hill to come back out here for this play maybe, and I'm trying to find him deep. They've changed quarterbacks to number 9. And he will keep it himself and gain about 5 yards on a run.
That's Braxton Plunk, the freshman quarterback.
Get to see good eyes at this young quarterback right here as Plunk will line up in the backfield.
He will be the future quarterback for this team, though, as their Fulton is a senior. Short pass, almost bobbled, almost dropped, but it was brought in. It will be close to a first down, and it will be marked a 3rd and 1.
I'm definitely expecting to see them just try to pound this one in on a run right here, as it looks like they have Mount Union has completely switched their offense out.
Braxton Plunk stays in there.
They try to bait the offsides right there. Tries to bait it again. Drops back for a pass.
Rolls
being
right.
pushed out of the pocket. Rolling. He's got the first down.
Really quick there, really fast legs. He's definitely a scrambling quarterback.
Out of Plant City, Florida.
Quarterback keeper results in a first down for the Purple Raiders. Line of scrimmage now at the 32-yard line.
Hands it off. Missed a big tackle right there. Breaks 3 more for a gain of 6 yards, correction.
Big play there by their running back as the Quakers still cannot tackle.
You gotta expect that's gonna be a main focus going into next week's game.
Plunk is a much smaller
Plunk dropping
quarterback than Fulford as he
Deep
throws the ball
pass.
deep downfield,
Overthrown.
overthrew, brought out the cannon, and was just slightly overthrew the receiver.
Really good throw right there, though. Just a little too much on that one. Definitely has the arm to go deep, so I'm expecting to see that yet again. He was on target, just too far ahead. Plunk dropping back again.
Pass, and it'll be a
Quick
short
short
pass
pass
to the
completed.
outside. Takes the ball into the Quaker side of the field as the ball is
Put him out
placed
the-
just past the 50 on the Quaker 49. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. As the clock continues to run, drops back to pass. It's Plunk. Deep
Deep pass,
downfield, and is
overthrew.
overthrown once again. He needs to tone that down just a little bit, and he would have both those completions.
Plunk is looking good. He's definitely got an arm. He's got the accuracy. It's just judging his distance is what he needs to work on. But, again, he's a young quarterback. He's only a freshman. He's definitely going to look promising for the Raiders in the future.
Seems to be more of a scrambling and then throw downfield as far as you can.
Plunk dropping back yet again. Quick short pass.
And that was a hard pass right there, too. He almost bounced out of the receiver's hands.
Gain of 6 on that pass.
That was freshman Jordan Lee on the catch. So freshman to freshman connection. Putting their freshman out here, getting some playing time.
Braxton Plunk is 2 for 4 so far on throws. 3 for 5, correction, with 21 yards. Plunk dropping back yet again. Lobs that one up. Overthrown.
Ooh, that was intended for number 6, Jordan Lee, the freshman.
As we will see Mount Union's punt team come out here for the first time this game.
Resulting in fourth down for the Purple Raiders. Dropping back in punt formation will be Corey Barnett.
4 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter here.
Corey Barnett back here for the punt. One's going to drop about the... Go out
And the
about
ball goes out on
19. Or correction, 15. I cannot.
14-yard line is where the ball was placed.
Hey, Logan, how do I read a field again?
Oh, well, you see there's a big 10, a big 20, a big 30, a big 40, and a big 50.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
The 10s to the 40s are on both sides of the field. In between the big numbers is lines that mark 5 yards.
Apparently, I couldn't remember that today.
So that's how you read a field here, Mitchell.
Might as well just spit out random numbers as I'm talking right now.
No, so you see how this 10 and this 4 yards off the 10, right up by the 5.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out as Kyle Barrett gets on this one.
All right. Kyle Barrett looking. This is a huge deficit here. They need to hurry up, and they
Hands
will
it
hand
off
the
to
ball
Hendon.
off And
Hinton
he
finds a
actually
gap.
gets a little of a gain there.
Gain of 4. Nope.
That
About 3.5 they're going to give him.
that is his longest game of the game, though. As his longest game was a 3. They matched it.
Really found the pole that time, though.
They
That's
have
good.
really been shutting out this entire Wilmington rushing team, making him force a throw, and it is not working out well for Wilmington so far.
We got Wynn and Taylor lining up both on the right side. Quick pass, just low.
That pass was intended for Nico Jones, the freshman wide receiver, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
Nico Jones has been showing good promise so far this year as well.
He really has. He's out of Springfield, Ohio, so it's about an hour north from here. So
Basically a local, when you think about it.
yeah, you're just from Oregon.
Yeah.
Not everyone's from Oregon.
Kyle Barrett dropping back. Finds
Kyle
that
Barrett's
gap.
going to roll out of the
Scramble.
pocket, and he
gets-
goes down
Just barely
with a
got
gain
tripped
of
up.
short gain there.
And we're going to see the punt team come out for the Quakers.
It's about a gain of 1 on the play.
Derek Carlo coming back. Basically is lining up on the 1-yard line for his punt.